Is there shame in having a high body count? What do you guys think? Explain to us what's the difference between a naturopath and a herbalist. So define herbalist.
The Podical Sons.
What's up, y'all? Marvelous.
No, I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start this show. Podcast that is hilariously inappropriate but intellectual beyond belief. So let's start the show. We have a guest today in the building, Mr. Entrepreneur himself, Ron Barnett.
Barnett,
yes. How are you today?
I'm great.
That's good. That's good. Welcome.
If you hear me break out in a chant of "Her bodies are herb, man, Hustlin," you kind of give an idea where we're going.
Yes. We're gonna like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible. Podical Sons podcast at socials at Podical Sons, and though you can see these lovely faces and stuff on YouTube and Spotify. So let's start the show. Tell us, new guy, the guest.
Yes.
What brought you joy this week?
Okay, so I normally try to do as close as possible. Yesterday, a lady came to me. Did have stage 3 cancer. She chose the chemo, choose radiation. That wasn't working as well.
Mhm.
And now she choose like to eat healthy, choosing to do more herbs and stuff like that. And then she started to get the improvement. So that's kind of give me joy. That was yesterday. Like every day is a different joy to me. But yesterday when I was at the office, that was like, I'm like, 'cause they were excited. Like 3 of them, the family came together, so they were very excited. So I was excited for them to see an improvement in the breast cancer.
That's good.
So that was a joy.
Of course.
Yeah,
I can definitely see that and stuff. Especially like you made an impact on not only this person but her family.
That's
Right,
that's
yeah.
that's
I think-
because they were like super excited, Then that was like, okay, yeah, we're still doing good work. We're still helping people, and people still believe in the natural way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Smooth, what about you, man?
I had a meeting yesterday that it went really well,
Okay.
and it was something that I had in works for I want to say maybe about a year and a half, and I finally kind of locked in the last 2 weeks and kind of knocked it out. So yesterday's the actually first of a few meetings that's gonna happen. But,
Okay.
again, it went really well, so it brought me joy. Did bring me joy.
Nice. For me, it was more of a situation where, because I'm looking towards I guess turning 40.
Right.
So I think me turning 40 and stuff like that, and like I guess preparations, because I was told I don't know how to celebrate myself very well. It's just that you have a task, you accomplish it, on to the next. So everybody's yelling like, let us celebrate you and stuff, especially while you're turning 40 and stuff this year,
Right.
in a few months. So just getting those things together and stuff for my 40th birthday party. So that's it.
Okay. And do you feel like you're starting to? It's a beginning of you starting to celebrate yourself a little bit more, feeling the joy that you felt.
I think you know what it is. I think I came to a point of stuff where, like, I think so many people gave me kind of like a pep talk, and so to speak.
Right.
Because, like I said, I think if I have a goal, I just accomplish it, and then I just move on to the next and stuff, whatever. I think is that the ambitious mindset that I have.
Right.
So most of the time and stuff, whatever, I'm just like, yeah, that's done. On to next. And they're like, no, some people can't do the things you do.
Right.
Some people can't accomplish the goals you accomplished and stuff like that, right? And it kind of gave me a little perspective on some things, and it was more like a slow down and stop and smell the roses and stuff aspect. So
yeah.
it was more of that. So because of that, now so many people are kind of telling me, it's kind of like, I guess, my tribe, or birds of a feather flock together. So when they're talking to you and stuff, you get a better understanding. So it's not there yet,
Right.
but I think and stuff, whatever, I'm acknowledging the fact that, like, I think I didn't celebrate myself enough,
Right.
or celebrate certain victories I've acquired and stuff in my life enough. But I'm starting to look at it and stuff that, like, not everybody could probably do the things what we do and everything like that as well, right? Because I mean, like, we've been going for what, 6 years, you said, right?
Right.
So some people can't even probably get like 5 podcasts and stuff out the door, or whatever, or even much as 100.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're 300 plus.
Right.
So it's just that me, it's like, it's just something that needs to be done and stuff, whatever. But they're like, no, not everybody can do these things and these feats. So starting to understand that a lot more.
Good.
All right. Let's get to the polls, and then we'll get more on Ron and stuff. Are you
Yeah.
guys ready for the polls?
Ready.
Yeah.
First poll of the week is there shame in having a high body count? What do you guys think?
Well, for girls, definitely. Because it mess with the meds, you know. I think if they go through a lot of guys, it kind of mess with their, when they actually find a good guy, it kind of, they kind of mental when they get to that stage that they have a lot of guys that they've been have sex with. And so I think I know a lot of girls that go through a lot of guys, and I think they're all mental. I don't
Explain.
think.
What do you think?
No,
You gotta.
Okay, so mental in the sense that they're always on the edge, because I guess different guys that they deal with over the they're always on a rush. They're always they're not settled, and the brain is something that something you need it to be settled. And once you're having so much sex with different guys,
Mhm.
and some of them are young, maybe early 20s, late 30s, or whatever, then to me and all the people that I see, they're not all together here.
Okay.
So I guess let me ask you this: would you say that it would be more of a bad experiences that kind of molded them and stuff to that? Because they could have good experiences that I want to say, let's say as a man, I would look at stuff as where I'm at this point now. If I have to kind of teach a woman how to do certain type of things, I'd
Yeah.
be like, no, you should already kind of done this, been there, done that in the bedroom and stuff, especially.
But okay, they maybe be good in the bedroom,
Right.
because they have so much sex with different guys, but in terms of dealing with a relationship, I don't think they.
Because they're too used to seeing so many men.
Because they have to chop and change all the time. They wasn't settled at any given time to, kind of build with someone. So with that, my experience is, I think, not good for the girls. For the guys, it's probably different though.
Talk about the guys. What's the
For the guys, it's because from ancient days till now, guys will always, like from Solomon till now, guys will always have probably a lot more female in their life that they probably have sex with or go through with a relationship with, and that don't really affect them as much as it will affect the girls. Because guys, we wire differently.
Right.
So that's just the difference. We just wire differently when it comes to relationship like that. Are sleeping with different girls over the period of time. We don't bring that with us into a new most of the time a new relationship. Sometimes some guys, but I guess it's all the water. We're gonna talk about that. Why they're probably
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Smoke?
I think the shame is diminishing now. I think prior there was it.
So you're saying no?
Yeah,
They say
I
no.
say no. I think prior it may affect a lot of people going forward with thinking with their partners, but I think it's come to a point now where it's almost expected that most relationships, sex will happen, and I'm a piggyback on what Rowan is saying. A lot of people are not finding themselves right away with the relationships, so they're in and out of different relationships more than I would say prior. So I think with that understanding, people are just looking at it as, you know what, she's probably had more than 10. I'm probably not going to find anybody nowadays who has less than 10.
That's how I was just gonna ask you and stuff.
Yeah.
It's plausible. It's plausible for, like, let's say if you were single and you met a woman in your 30s, she probably slept with over 10 men.
Right.
Because I want to say, consider the fact that, let's say, some girls or average North American women and stuff, they will lose their virginity from like 16 onwards and stuff, right? So now, if you meet a woman in her 30s, she's probably had countless, let's say, situations or relationships that didn't work out for the best for her.
Right.
Hence, that's why you guys are dating, and it'll be like you hope it's less than 10.
You hope
but I
it's
mean,
less than 10.
worst case scenario, you're gonna run into something that stuff is gonna be a little bit higher than that, right?
Right.
So I look at it stuff as where, if that wouldn't affect you from, let's say, wifing her,
Right.
then yeah, carpe diem, go forward.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know. For me, there's something about, let's say, a woman told me and stuff, whatever. If a man sleeps with too many women, he has community dick. Right? And it's like, yeah, because like everybody and stuff at least probably jumped on and rode the community dick.
Right.
Right. And then for a woman's side and stuff, whatever, she doesn't like what one woman said. She doesn't like the fact that like if she was to go somewhere, say like an event with her man, and she knew at least like 8 women in there that slept with the man and stuff, whatever, right? She's looking at stuff like, why the fuck am I with him?
Right.
If this be the case. Right. Now, from the other side, for me, I look at it stuff as where I don't think women really like a guy with no experience. So I feel like over a period of time, I think the guy with him sleeping with a good amount of other women, some experience and stuff will kind of be built on his belt. Right. And then again, like I said, I'm not speaking for all women, and I'm not a woman.
Yeah,
But I look at it stuff as where the women that I've talked to and stuff in the collective and everything, they're looking for a move-in ready kind of guy, not I have to do renos and kind of build and stuff, whatever. Because one woman said, it's 2025. I don't have time to build with a guy. Either he's already built or not.
Right.
But as a man looking for a girl, what kind of girl is the man looking for? Like most men will not want to. Like, if you sleep with one guy over entire life, like most guys are like, okay, that's good.
Yeah. Ideally,
you as a guy, if you ask any amount of guys, they want the less amount of the girl to sleep with the less amount of men until they get it.
Right.
So the more always gonna be a problem to the guys. Maybe for the girls, no, but for the guys, they're like, okay, you sleep with 50 guys. Oh fuck. I mean, then you're gonna you start thinking. You start like, okay, okay, what kind of person I'm dealing with? Remember, so you're gonna be thinking, but girls don't really ask guys that. How many girls you're sleeping with?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, okay, but if they do,
you'd be surprised.
I don't know. I never have a girl. Like in this last 10 years, 20 years, maybe a girl I say, yo, I don't know. It's this thing that you sleep with numerous ladies, but I just ask the question. I don't ask the question anymore. Like I'm like,
I don't ask the question.
Yeah, I don't ask the question anymore because if you don't want to hear like a crazy amount of number, you probably like this girl and you're like, oh my gosh, now we're gonna have to cut you.
And let the church say amen.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Because I look at stuff as like you're on a date with a woman and stuff, whatever, and like everything she's saying and stuff kind of matches up to your world and stuff, whatever. And then that question comes out, and then she's like, oh, I only slept with like 32 guys. You're looking like,
oh my gosh.
You have time. Did you go to work? Like, what else do you do in your occupation? Like, are you a worker? But I get it. But most of the audience and stuff and the people who participate in polls said 64% said no. There's no shame in having a high body count.
That's mostly girls and saying that shit.
Probably. I would have to check the polls.
Yeah.
I'm sure it might be.
All right. On to the next poll. The next poll is, are you traveling by planes this year? 87% said yes. Is your confidence still high with flying?
Well, I'm flying a couple days up now.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a little bit nervous because I normally jump on and off. I'm traveling Thursday, Tuesday and coming back Thursday. So I'm a little bit nervous because of what's going on.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where like 1 being
the odds is still in your favor.
out.
So I'm saying I'm scale of 1 to 10, and while I'm freaking out, I would say maybe 9.
Okay.
I'm not that. I mean, like really scared to go on it.
That's good.
So,
what about you, Smoke?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10.
I'd probably say I'm around 7.
You're on a 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to like take trips and leaving like the cold weather, but I'm very cautious. And I'm watching the news. As I was telling a friend at work that since the Black Hawk incident, every week there has
Once
been
a week,
there's been a plane that's either hasn't taken off due to mechanical failure, has caught on fire, or just has crashed completely. So maybe it might go the other way if this trend continues within the next couple of weeks. But so far, I'm still okay with flying.
One of my friends and stuff, yesterday he flew out and stuff out of the country and stuff like that. And he was saying that he would like to, when he's walking through like, the concourse and stuff, whatever, to the plane, he said he said he just wants to put his hands on the door or on the the outside of the plane before he walks in and just give it like a quick little blessing.
So, oh my God.
just to like he's like, hey, my family, we're doing a family trip.
Right.
I may have to do that.
He's like, just a little quick. And then he said, because he sent me the message and stuff, and he was saying like, yeah, the stewardess who saw him and stuff do it and everything. She's like, sir, it's perfectly understandable in today's time and today's climate and stuff like that. Before they would look at stuff, because she said she's been a stewardess for about like 14 years.
Right.
And she's never once seen people like, like she's been good for 14 years. She's been working for like maybe 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So her law of average and stuff is really solid or whatever, right? So then when they came down to that aspect, she came back to me. She said, hi, sir, you were the one that touched the plane. We're gonna hook you up with a little extra more peanuts and a little more drinks for your trip.
Just
I feel the same way you feel,
Right.
but I mean, hey, we're gonna make it. We got a good captain. I was like, okay. I think for me right now, I'm at like a 50-50. The reason why I say 50-50 and stuff is because the once a week thing where like we come from I want to say like a plane crash will probably like maybe one a year, and it might not even be like a commercial type of plane. It might be like a little private plane or something that might go down in the woods. And like 1 or 2 lives might have been lost and everything, to like much less now with everything being like digitized and
It's like
seen
8
and
to something
camera
now.
wise into something.
Yeah.
You're looking at them like, yeah, this is a lot. So if we're gonna do like the law of average now for like even for this year, that's a lot happening when consider the fact that we went from like maybe 1 or 2 plane crashes a year or a plane missing to like so many from January till now.
It's 87 or 88 now, I think, yesterday.
Oh yeah,
88.
Yeah.
88.
Since the year.
Since the year.
year.
Wow.
So that's a lot,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's more than one. That's more than once. That's more than once a month.
Yeah.
More than once a week.
Yeah,
It's
more
a
than
lot.
once a week.
It's so someone's happening like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah, I think it's the devastation and stuff, how big the devastation might be, or like the people involved.
Yeah.
For it to be kind of like broadcast a little bit bigger and stuff for that, right? Like the plane that kind of went down in Winnipeg with the engine thing, that they had like 60 passengers and stuff on there, right?
Right.
No passengers and stuff were injured and stuff like that to that extent. But then when the Pearson thing happened and stuff, 78 have been released from the hospital and stuff. Last time I checked, and 2 were still in critical. So it's kind of like, I guess, much less where you had people actually recording footage, like the guy recording the footage of him walking off the plane, being upside down and everything and stuff, whatever, is now garnered eyes right into that location and stuff, whatever. But then meanwhile, there's other planes still having their mishaps. All right. Be well, gentlemen.
Safe travels.
Safe travels. So yes, sir. So tell people more about yourself. We were gonna get to know you and stuff a little bit more and stuff, whatever. What would you like to be called first? Entrepreneur, herbalist.
I do everything. If we have all day, we'll talk all day. But so let's stick. So herbalist, because I do other things. Probably we have to talk about some of those other things.
So define herbalist.
Herbalist, that I only deal with natural herbs.
Okay.
I don't put it in terms of pill form that you have to put chemical to it. So we only deal with natural herbs, and most of the herbs, like 99% of what we sell, is we put it together boiled already. Unless the people live in like in Nigeria, we send to Nigeria like powder form, and England most of the time. But we only deal with natural herbs, and with those herbs, that's what we use to do the magic in terms of any kind of sickness.
Okay.
So for me, most people will call me the herbalist. Some people call me Dak. Some people call me it doesn't matter to me. I'm just here to like help as much people as I can.
What inspired you to be a herbalist?
So my grandmother is 95, living in Canada here in Eglinton.
That's beautiful.
No pain. I did a video yesterday, kind of show like a remedy that we have from I think all my life in terms of getting kind of arthritis pain. Kind of show most people that. But the thing is, she always in herbs. My mom also in herbs. So I just go to school for it, and then I do other things, and then I pulled back into like 14 years ago.
Where did you go to school at? Here
in the state.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's like a whole thing about schooling and stuff.
Yeah,
herbalist.
yeah.
Okay. No, didn't know that, because I remember like I think So I'm in the medical world and stuff
Yeah.
as well, right? And then the thing is stuff is that when we hear a lot of things pertain to like herbalists, where certain places, state by state, is kind of different and stuff. Like some places and stuff, you don't need formal schooling, and some places they provide formal
Yeah,
schooling.
even though in Canada, they have school that offer courses.
Nice.
Yeah, they're doing it, but most of the stuff that I learned wasn't in school anyway.
right.
Yeah,
It's a lot of it is traditional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of it is like different cultures. My grandma, and then different things you put together over the years of doing it. And
So when did you start officially?
like
to
14
be-
years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay. So yeah, that I want to say that's over a decade and stuff, which is good.
I don't look at it like that too. No, but yeah, we're over a decade. It's 14 years.
No,
ago.
I think you know what it is.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of times in today's world, they look at it stuff like, especially when it comes to business and businessship and entrepreneurship, it's more a situation of how long.
How long?
Right.
Yeah.
How long? Because it's kind of like, I don't know. Would you, let's say, if you're a patient and stuff trying to find a doctor, would you go with a doctor that's like fresh out of grad school? Or would you go with somebody and stuff that would be like at least 10 years into the field?
Depends. Like, I want to tell you it depends, because now if I get a lot of friends at the medical doctor, okay, but I'm saying this to them: you're gonna come a time sooner than later. People are doing it now that you're going inside of a room and you enter your body scan, and it can tell you everything about your body. If you're pre-cancer, cancer, diabetes, whatever, before anything even show on the radar. Now, that's where the future going. So if you ask me, like, if someone have 10 years experience, maybe I more prefer someone that have that kind of technology.
The newer technology.
Yeah,
and
no.
stuff to
So
ride
you
with.
probably just start off and have that kind of technology. I walk into that situation, then go to I don't go to doctor, but like just go to someone that's requesting to just sit and talk and for them to tell me.
You said you don't go to doctor.
No, I never.
When's the last time you've been to a doctor?
I can't.
Over
Yeah, well,
10
that's it.
years?
Oh my gosh, longer than that.
Really?
Longer than that. Maybe I was a teenager, like playing soccer, and because of like ankle injuries and stuff like that. But,
Right. For sports injuries.
Yeah. But nothing else. There's nothing else there that I need to go to a doctor for.
Because everything you can
Yeah,
get from the
man.
herbs and in your
That's what
knowledge already.
Yeah, so for instance, people go to doctor for like headaches.
Mhm.
The same pill that they're giving you.
Mhm.
I got the same herbs, so where I'm gonna go. So for instance, any painkiller, I got the herbs that they use, but they only put chemical to it and put preservative to it.
Right.
And
keep it in
so I got the
storage,
same herbs, so I'm gonna use that.
Right.
So instead of I'm not gonna go and then because I know exactly what the chemical is gonna do to your body,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna take it.
Yeah, you try to stay away from as much as possible.
If you go into any kind of drugstore, you look at the baby pills, the pills that they give baby. Look on the back of it. A lot of people don't. You see liver warning in red. It's the only thing on the back of it in red. Reason why they're gonna say, okay, you're gonna give your baby this thing, but I'm gonna put on it liver warning because it's gonna mess with your baby liver. Now they put in that, and those small baby pills. Then think about all the other pills that they're giving big people. It's messing up the liver and the kidney. And the liver is now one of the central area inside of our body. Then when that starts to get messed up, our body starts to like fall apart in most cases.
So let's say you're in a situation as though, like, I'm just trying to understand because
if like broken legs and all those things, yes, I would go.
You will go.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I was about to say, like, overall, like, an assessment. Let's say you wake up one day and stuff, whatever, like the headache thing.
Yeah.
You already know you have your
Yeah.
cure for
Yeah.
whatever. But let's say, like, you might be having a particular, like, stomach pain, and like the stomach has so many things from like Crohn's disease to ulcers to all this type of other things going on within it. Do you like say, all right, today I'm gonna target it with things that might attack Crohn's disease. Today I might attack it with like stuff that I have to deal with ulcers. And if you're still going ongoing pain, let's say a week, would you say, let me go now?
It starts from what kind of food you're eating.
You are what you eat.
So
I'm a firm
for
believer in
instance, I'm in my 40s. And I don't get sick. I don't feel I will be. And then you come to the office this year, people like will wear jackets and stuff like that. I wear the same suit. If you go on my Instagram,
Right.
just the same suit that I leave my house in. It could be negative 10, 20. It doesn't matter.
The heater in the car is nice.
No. What I'm saying is, this is all tricks in terms of if you want to feel. So for instance, I'm going out -20.
Right.
All I need to do is to drink just half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and my inside just become warm. So you don't feel the
Feel
cold.
cold.
So you
Right.
have different tricks. You talk
Mhm.
about stomach issues, just some cabbage juice. We start to smooth the lining of your stomach. Well, purple cabbage would be better than regular cabbage. So I got different. So I don't eat certain kind of things. So there's certain kind of things that not gonna really happen to me
Gotcha.
like that.
Right.
You understand? I'm not saying I'm not gonna be sick, which I don't. But I'm just saying that the situation arise, then I have some herbs. I got plenty of herbs that we solve the problem from cancer, diabetes, blood pressure, kidney. It doesn't matter. And you see, we're doing this for thousands of people over the years.
Right.
So with that, I just know really and truly why they have the situation, why they have the problem is the food. We just caught up in the food from we're a kid. We reach to the state that
Yeah.
we get messed up inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So I stay away from those things so I don't have to get to that stage,
Which is good. Which is
especially sugar. So
sugar.
yeah.
Number one. What the body? All right. Now there's different types of sugars. Are we saying like granulated sugar? Are we saying like fructose?
So well, we get like maybe like over 100 different sugars.
Right.
So but the problem is process. Now, if you do fruits, regular fruits, eating an apple or whatever, that's good. Grapes, seeded grapes, that's good. But the problem that we have is we doing processed food.
Tons
So
of it.
we're doing baked stuff that is bread that break down to sugar, rice that break down to sugar. Those things gonna stay inside of your system for a long time. So we're gonna have the issues with stomach issues. We're gonna have the issue with cancer. We're gonna have all those issues.
Mhm.
Different countries that don't eat that kind of food don't have those issues.
I've noticed.
But they're
That's
not.
what I've noticed.
But we in North America, they're not telling us this. They're like, okay, yeah, they keep that away from you guys because you guys don't need to know. In Japan, most people don't have certain kind of issue that we have.
So I've heard recently and stuff because as a kid I used to love Frosted Flakes, right? And Frosted Flakes cereal, a sugar pack,
Yeah.
right? And I remember one day I was looking at something and they were saying that I guess some guy, I think he grew up in somewhere in Europe.
Mhm.
They don't even have like Skittles or like Frosted Flakes.
They don't.
So I was like, no Tony the Tiger? And he's like, no. And he's like, yeah. He's like, but, and then he mentioned Japan.
Yeah.
So when he mentioned Japan and stuff in the conversation and stuff with her, and then they were saying like, more of the sugars and then the processed chemicals is what's killing most of the people. So where now you're looking at North America, average lifespan is about like 76 to 78. Over there, the average lifespan is like 84.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a hell of a difference and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at him like, you are what you eat officially.
Yeah.
But it's just that I think same thing like you're saying, like from like the fast foods when people been eating a lot of like burgers and stuff like that, those breads have sugars and damn near drinks and everything as well.
Yeah, we grew up on stuff like that, and then we just continue through our life. We want to be quicker, meaning everything's supposed to be instant. So that's why we use the microwave. Microwave is not good, but people use it still. But it's just crazy amount of sugar that we if you look at a regular person diet from breakfast, which is I don't do breakfast, but from breakfast is sugar, lunch is sugar, dinner is sugar. So we pack in all the sugar inside of our gut every single day. We live in a little bit longer, but we live in sicker. Mean that you're sicker for a longer time, but you just bring you there to reach at 70 or reach at 72 for many 72, and but you were sick from in the 50s, and you're like you're really trying to reach a finish line. So 20 years, and most people now have diabetes for 30 years before they die.
Yeah.
So they just keep it comfortable for a long time, and that's the problem because we so much sugar over the period of time. They're not telling us, okay, stay away from that. And then the trickiest thing, you go to the doctor says, you have diabetes, not telling you, okay, no more sugar, done. They're not telling you that. They're not, anyone you know have diabetes, ask them, what did the doctor tell you about just eliminate sugar? Nothing. Just keep going. Just take this pill.
Right. Right.
I'm the different kind. I'm like, okay, just cut the sugar. Like you can literally save yourself from you don't need you don't need herbs either. Save your own self by you just eliminate sugar.
Would you? Okay, I want to because you said about the breakfast thing. I want to get to that, but pertaining to the sugar thing, would you? What would be the number one thing you should you would recommend to most people or most of your clients to say like what type of sugar products should they cut out besides the granulated sugar? Like, would you tell them to cut out breads? Would you tell them to cut out?
Could be no rice, no bread, no white potato. Well, dairy, you don't want dairy. That's not even milk.
Right.
And anything with sugar in it. So like there's cereal and all those things is packed with sugar, a lot of sugar. So you want to eliminate those. So no rice, no bread, no white potato, and no dairy, no sugar.
So sweet potato is better than white potato.
Well, sweet potato is great. In Japan, they use a lot of sweet potato. As you're
with the yam.
But what is greater is purple potato.
The taro yellow. Oh, the purple one.
So okay, I make you understand about fruits. Now, the darker the fruit is better than the regular color fruit. Say for instance, you have an apple, and it's green, and one is red. The apple have more nutrients to it. The red one.
Red one
have more nutrients to it. For instance, cabbage, the purple one is better than the regular green one.
It's kind of hard to tell a Jamaican to make bully beef, like cabbage and bully beef.
But what is what you want? Nah, both of them is good, but I'm just saying you get more out of.
Okay,
so like the best fruit I would tell people is like blackberry and blueberry.
Antioxidants, high in antioxidants.
Yeah, because those they have more.
Right.
So if you're gonna pick grape, you pick the red grape over the
green grape.
Over the green.
I feel like a lot of this is just my take.
Yeah.
A lot of the grapes and stuff are seedless.
Yeah.
And that kind of scares me off from a lot of grapes because I'm looking like, how do you produce a grape without the grape producing a seed afterwards?
You will have to look, long and hard, but you can find it in some stores.
Okay.
That have the seed in it, still organic grapes. But I mean, they're trying to kind of eliminate most of those good stuff that you.
Yeah, because before it was so easy to find even a watermelon with seeds.
Yeah.
Every watermelon you pick up now is seedless watermelons, and I'm like,
that's a problem. So now we're gonna get sicker.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. My next question to you and stuff is like, how did you, let's say, use failure to fuel your dreams? Because I look at this stuff as where, like I said, some places and stuff might be a situation where they might not recognize herbalists, or they might say, I'd rather go to a doctor than an herbalist. And then you probably looked at it and stuff like, you know what? Screw you. Maybe if I show you the proof that how herbs can do so much more than your average doctor.
Yeah. Now I look at it like this. So people would always choose. If you program a certain kind of way, most people will just go to their doctor. That's fine. I look at it and said, I know what I'm giving to an individual. You see this story one time, this guy was given real gold coin in the city, and like passing it out, and people like, oh, no. And then the persons that took it, it's like, okay, yeah, shit, this real gold. Yeah, this is real gold.
Yeah.
But a lot more people like just like, oh no, I don't want it. You just whatever. So that's the same way I look at it. I know exactly what I'm giving people with herbs. And most people gonna choose like, okay, let's just go to the doctor. Okay. And then I see a lot of people come back to me and like, okay, shit. Like,
so they said no before,
yeah.
but then they come back out.
Because like I don't give up on anyone. I see that most of the time people go to doctor.
That's good.
Like, okay, we can't do anything else, so that's it. Send them home to die. You mean like I'm like, okay, so no. So you explain to me. So the doctor that you're going to like 3 years and you have this sickness, and now he's just that's it. I don't get it, because at least you're gonna try fight with the person to the end. They're not
right.
They're just like, okay, just go home. We're gonna send a nurse there, and the funniest thing, they don't even say goodbye. Like, goodbye.
You're not wrong.
They don't care.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but with that, I know what herbs is from the beginning, and it will definitely be
here afterward.
After a lot of people realize that the chemical don't really work. The chemical mess with you. You're taking one pill for diabetes, but it mess with your liver and your kidney. Now you're gonna have to take pills for liver and kidney. Then you're gonna have to go on dialysis. Then you have to go 3 times a week. Then you're gonna have to depend on the government, because you're in a situation from day one. The situation was just diabetes. but now you become 3 and 4 different issues.
Right.
So
Right.
you lack it in a system. So this is we're in a system, and that's a system that most people just like decide that they just want to be comfortable in.
Because even as like I guess as we speak now, because this will be on Sunday, where the Pope Francis is
Yeah.
going through like kidney failure and everything and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah, I
like that.
just seen that.
Now I'm looking at that and I was like, you guys love the Vatican, and like you would think the Pope would have like the best of the best type of doctors.
But it depends on what you choose to do. It's the king choose to do herbs when they decide when he find out that he have prostate cancer.
Right.
That's what he choose to do. But the Pope probably choose to do other things. So yeah, it depends on the individual. Some person gonna like, okay, I'm gonna do herbs.
Choices.
Yeah, some person gonna like, okay, give me all the new technology, and I'm gonna go with that.
Gotcha. What would you be explain to us what's the difference between a naturopath and a herbalist?
So the herbalist, like myself and a few other people, there's not a lot of us in Canada anyway.
Right.
Is we deal with just herbs. The naturopath will deal with more pills. They do recommend it to.
Wouldn't it be like capsule form? and
Capsule
stuff?
form, yeah.
Okay.
The
So
most-
do you do capsule?
No, we don't do capsule. Because if you want to capsule, like they will do capsule based, and you have to go to like shoppers or elsewhere to pick up our LT plan to pick up those capsules with vitamins and stuff like that.
Mm.
With herbs, you can get all of that. With fruits, vegetables, you still can get all of that. So I preach that instead of you go pick up a pill. You want vitamin D, you do a lot of sardine with real sardine from the sea. Not the one in the can.
I was about to say, somebody out here
I was
thinking
saying
like-
can.
They're like,
Can.
oh, I eat sardines last night.
Yeah. So and then sun. That give you a lot of vitamin D, and you get from some kind of different vegetable. But those are the eye. So for instance, people are like, okay, I want magnesium. My magnesium is low. Okay, you can get that from pumpkin seed. You can get it from a lot of different things.
Mhm.
But like, just pop some pumpkin seed every day inside of your mouth, or blend it in something, and then you get all that magnesium. A salt will give you magnesium too, like pink salt, like real salt.
Pink
Yeah,
Himalayan.
and like a Celtic salt will give you magnesium. So you can get magnesium from these things, or simple things like you drinking some water. Okay, you want your body to not fail. You just tip a little salt in it all the time.
Yeah, because the muscles and stuff need the salt. And the sodium level.
But the trick is any doctor you go to, they're gonna tell you to leave the salt.
alone.
Yeah,
Especially out of the water.
But But the thing is, if you go to the hospital, then the first thing, if you have a heart failure or whatever, stroke, the first thing they're gonna give to you is salt.
IV.
Yeah, salt and water.
Yeah.
So then you tell me why we don't tell more people to take salt and water at home.
Money.
Well, it's money.
Well, because I look at it stuff as well. If like, so for me, I've learned, let's say, within the course of the pandemic time, right? In the course of pandemic time and stuff, whatever. I went to the dentist one day, and the dental hygienist and stuff, she was telling me, I said something and stuff to her about like, yeah, I want to make sure like my smile is kind of wide and everything like that. And she told me exactly what to do, and she told me like proper oral care, like a regimen.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, why don't you guys have commercials telling people about this? And then she said to me, she's like, if everybody had perfect teeth, why would you need dentists?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I was like, money.
It's money. And that's why, I try to, preach as much as I can and teach as much people as I can to live the best life that they can. And you can do that with fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Those were there long from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do it.
What are your top 3 bestsellers?
Top 3 bestsellers. Okay, so I think the cockstiff. The cockstiff.
How did you? Okay, like the name sounds it's so simple, yet understanding. But how did you choose that name? How did they allow that name to run? Because even if you're saying like BBC, they have to use the abbreviation. They can't say big black cock.
Right.
So, but you come out with say cock stiff. It's self-explanatory. So explain to me why that name.
It was a nickname. So we start off with, it was a prostate. It's a cleaner prostate, a prostate cleaner.
Right.
And then like about 13 years ago, all the guys used to come and say, yeah, but this get my cock stiff. And then they're like, okay. They said, why you don't name it cock stiff? So then we switched the name from prostate cleaner. to cockstiff. So from that forward is
cock
just
stiff more than likely
yeah.
as a man getting older, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink a cock stiff over a prostate
Yeah,
clean.
yeah, you know what I
Because
mean?
I'm looking
So-
like the name's not really selling
yeah.
me. But cock stiff, I'm
Yeah.
like, who doesn't want their cock to be stiff? I don't understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what the name from. That's the most popular. Colon cleanse is one of the thing that most people, because they have like the weight here, so they always want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
So that's the next big seller. The big C killer is the next big seller. Big seller.
Like, C is cancer.
Yeah, C is cancer. So those always said, because some people trying to prevent. We all have cancer cells inside of our body based on the chemicals
and the world we
outside,
lived in
yeah.
already
Right.
before.
So some people trying to prevent against it. So a lot of people will pick up a big C or other big C or so on. And then for the cancer people, they definitely need a lot to get rid of the cancer cells inside of their body.
So let's say I walk in
Mhm.
and I'm somebody that doesn't know nothing about herbs and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but then he pointed to the direction to you,
Yeah.
And I come in and say, what do you recommend I should take first? I'll tell you, I'm a man of 39. And
so if you're at that stage, the cockstiff is be one of them, because you want to clean the prostate.
Definitely.
Yeah, because
as we age, our prostate gets enlarged.
Yeah. So you want to always clean anything from around the prostate. So you want to do the cockstiff. Depends on the lifestyle that you live in, because we normally just reason in the lifestyle you live in. I tell people colon, liver, kidneys, those are things that you really want to kind of clean as much as possible every year if you can. And then it depends on what's going on with you. But if you just regular person, like I do colon, liver, kidney, parasite cleanse. When I explain, so parasite cleanse is one of my big things in terms of, you can get parasite from the environment.
Correct.
You can get parasite from just moving around, touching stuff and all these things. Now with that, it will stay inside of your intestine and grow. And the crave that people have, like craving food and all this shit.
Might be tapeworms and other kind of worms.
So that's why I make sure every year I do twice a year parasite cleanse. And I always clean the liver, because the liver is like the masterpiece inside of your body.
Agreed.
And I always clean the kidney, and then the colon. You don't want to be backed up. So those are the cleanse that I will tell people. Do that every year.
I feel like the older demographic will understand you don't want to be backed up. The younger demographic, like I even said one day, like when I was in my 20s or something like that, shitting wasn't really something in my head to always kind of do, but like I'll do it if I have to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But then as you get older, like let's say if you don't go multiple times a day, you're looking like there's something wrong.
Yeah, if you're not, well, if you're not, a lot of people, okay, so younger person, they said they want to skip 2 or 3 days without you going to the washroom.
Right.
You're going to be in problem. That's why you're going to have a lot of gut issues. Because
so
all of
that's
that backed up,
yes.
inside of you. And then you imagine you walk around with all that shit all the time. That's not good. So a lot of people deposit in the bank, but they're not withdrawing. When you're eating 3 times a day, you only go to the
That's
washroom.
true.
I said, what's wrong? Okay, where's the other? Okay, if it was money, you'd be rich, because you deposit all the time.
Yeah.
And that,
I like that analogy.
Yeah, so that's the thing that I tell people: you want to go to the washroom 1 or 2 times per day. If you're not, then you
I freak out if I don't go twice a day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no, you're in problem with it.
because I start drinking like a whole bunch of things to kind of make me go, like from ginger and everything like that.
But that's why us as people, I tell people, you always want to clean the colon. Most people, their colon kind of backed up, so they're comfortable not going 2 or 3 days, because they don't know the difference. They're backed up for a long time from their kid all the way up.
Okay.
So,
what did you, let's say, and I don't want to be racist, but it's Black History Month, so let's talk about it.
Okay.
What do you think is affecting Black people the most, and what do you think Black people should be implementing into their diet a lot more?
I think, so vitamin D, we lack that. Most people, the reason why I think our Black people are getting sicker is vitamin D deficiency. We don't do anything, and they don't really. They say they love the sun, but they don't really go in the sun.
Yeah, I know.
You're right.
I love the sun. I'm like,
get too dark.
Yeah. But I'm like, okay, I love the Caribbean, but when you go there, you're like inside all the time and wear this big hat. So you want more vitamin D. I think we need more of that. I think one of the major sickness I see a lot of them coming with is prostate is one big issue,
Definitely.
especially
Right.
the men. Well, breast cancer with a lot of ladies is coming. Well, worldwide, but black ladies. One, the wigs that they're wearing for a long period of time causing those issues
Because
because
a
of
lot of synthetic.
chemicals.
Mm.
So that gets inside of the lymphatic system also, and then that gets inside of the breast. And then two, I think black girls, they wear the bra and the bra is too tight, and they wear bra with a lot of strings,
Mhm.
and it blacken the flow of the blood through the
Right, because from the lymph nodes
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
sides and the armpit
So
area.
with that, they don't know. I think as black people, as you said, Black History Month, too, we don't know a lot of stuff that is really, really easy to do
Mhm.
to prevent you from having certain kind of sickness, major sickness that is killing most of our people. So I think we can change that. But the more we, I don't know, because most people don't, I don't know. I try my best to push it out there
Mhm.
Right.
as much as I can, so people can always like look and see, okay, I can do this, I can do that. Leave this out of the diet, do this instead. And I will follow I got 240 something thousand people on Instagram, and I try. Most people like say, hey, but you always talk about things that people can do, not always about my product, but yes, because I want to kind of educate people as much as possible,
Right.
Right.
and then the
Right.
things that they can do.
Yeah, because I saw the video you did it for or the clip you did for was it CTV, like the Caribbean
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
And I was looking at it, I'm like, it's more informative. That I like that, whatever, because again, it's
yeah.
the teaching thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't really happen too much
Right.
because it's kind of like when we turn on entertainment,
Yeah.
it's more I'm here for joke.
yeah.
But then when I saw the video, I was like, oh, this guy's here to help educate the community.
Yeah, I try my best with that. Because the more people can be, most people gonna be sick because they're just living. Okay,
Correct.
Right.
but the more people can have that joy and have their body's good and they're performing well, you have more joy. When people see me all the time in the street and people are like, yeah, I try that. I see a lady flew from Italy to come and see me, and I'm like, okay.
From Italy.
She said the first sickness that she have, she just watched me over the years for the last 5 years, and she get rid of her diabetes. Then she
Nice.
said she come to look for some family in Alberta, but she had to stop in Toronto for the
Right.
day just to come and
See.
thank me. I'm like, okay. I'm like, sweet, because not everyone have to take the product that we're selling, but I want people to understand their body and can fix themselves from their home,
Right.
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 in the kitchen. Like,
Which is perfect. Which is perfect because I look at it stuff as like it might take you some energy to kind of get dressed, go to the doctor and everything. But if your daily lifestyle and stuff is like everything I can fix for ailment and stuff is within my house already.
It's there. It's
Yeah.
there. Most of the people have it. People will call me from all over the world. People are like, okay, you have a cold, you have a cough. You have time inside of your fridge? Yeah. Okay, boil some time, put a little onion in it, and then tell me tomorrow how the cough is. It's different because it starts to smooth the lungs. So you really have most of these things inside of the house, but we don't know how to
Right.
use it.
Use it.
Right.
Yeah, so that's just there. And that's some problem that we have.
What's the number one powerful herb that you would recommend to most people?
Most powerful oh my gosh. I think if you want to see an herb that most people can put them hands on, celery it'll be like we categorize as an herb. And that's
Celery, like celery sticks and
stick.
everything.
But if you can get the one from like
Like in a
from
full
Asia,
stock?
yeah. The one from Asia, like Japanese, and they use a little bit different from maybe what you see in the store. But
Okay.
yeah, but those are good. If you can use that, you probably eliminate a lot of the sickness that people have inside of their body. But most people don't like the taste, even the juice. It's
Right.
like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
they like making up their face. But so stuff that people can use some other herbs like golden seal and all other things that I would recommend, which is powerful. You maybe can get your hand on it. So somebody you can find at home in the grocery store. Celery will be one of them.
How about turmeric? Because I hear a lot of things turmeric with anti-inflammatory and all that good stuff.
But okay, so most people, turmeric could be. So for instance, and it's hard because for instance, in India they don't have a lot of cancer. Why? Because
turmeric is high in their diet.
So turmeric, like I take turmeric almost every day.
Like a spoon
No.
or like what's in your meal?
What I do, I put I cut up the turmeric.
Okay.
I use something called merengue.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you put that in the water. I do lemon, cut like 2 slices of lemon or lime, and then ginger, and just boil it as tea. Every pretty much every day, maybe 5 times a week, and then that will kill the cancer cells inside of your body, give you the energy that you need, and vitamin C, because moringa have more vitamin C than any other things that you have outside.
Yeah.
So for me, I would pack it like that when I'm making a tea. I just pack those
So
things
he
in.
gave you guys a full thing.
Yeah.
You got to play that piece back in the episode.
Write it down.
And play that and have that recipe and remedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. But with eating, like for instance, vegetables every week, I think we should not one vegetable, but we should like go through at least 10 to 20 different vegetables every week. Mix it up.
10 to 20.
Yeah. Because different vegetables give you different things.
Of course.
Right.
So you don't want to stick to only, I'm not going to say stick to only cabbage, when you can do different vegetable that will give you, and the list is long. I know regular people don't really, we just pick up a few stuff at the store, but the list is long when you come onto vegetables. We can do the mushroom instead of chicken. So chicken is
there's hardy mushrooms and stuff.
Oh yeah. But chicken is one of the rarest food that we have. Chicken. So our black people, because it's Black History Month again,
yeah,
we eat more chicken than anybody else. The data, you can type it in.
Yeah.
We eat more chicken than anyone else. And we do the curry chicken, jerk chicken, wild chicken, fried chicken, baked chicken. We got like 50 different ways to do chicken, and it's not good because it's too much hormone.
Yes.
Not good. Then we put in all of that instead of for our body. And we're not cleansing, so we put in all of that, and we're not doing any kind of cleansing. So we backed up our liver, not gonna be processing properly kidneys and all the other stuff. So chicken is one thing that I tell most people to eliminate.
Would you say a vegan lifestyle would be more conducive than I guess
I
paleo diet?
I look at it like this. I tried to go back, as said, 2,000 years back.
Okay.
And look and see exactly what they were eating then.
And how they were.
I have to even go back 100 years back and see, not so long ago, what they were eating. Then I tried to go do that. And most of the stuff is, if you were eating lamb, okay, it was grass, it was in the, eating grass, and then you eat the lamb. So you do those things sparingly. But I'm not saying only go vegetable. I'm saying, if you're gonna eat meat,
have a variety of different types of meats.
Yeah, and if it's not organic, you completely leave it alone. Just stick to vegetables and fruits and nuts and fish from the sea, and stuff like that. Because you don't want to. And I'm gonna say fish, because if you get fish like salmon, it can be the worst meat, or the worst fish, or the worst thing that you can eat.
I thought tilapia.
Well, salmon, because salmon even have the vaccine, but that's a different story. But anyway, salmon have so much parasite in it. Then the farm raised salmon that you're gonna be in. It's a serious issue when you start eating a lot of salmon farm raised. So if you're gonna eat salmon, which is my favorite, from the sea, fish from the sea. So I don't really like food anyway, but I just like, like I eat it, vegetable, fruits, nuts, and I keep it very simple.
Okay. Let's get back to the breakfast thing.
Yeah.
You said you skip breakfast, and this is an everyday thing?
I skip breakfast.
So your first meal of the day will be lunch?
12 o'clock, yeah.
What does that, like, how are you able to, like, because break fasting from your sleeping, and you're fully skipping it when a lot of things they're telling us the most important meals of the day are breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That was a lie. Most important. There's nowhere, apart from probably 50 years ago, they start telling people that. No, apart from when they start to make the cornflakes and all those things, they start telling people that. It wasn't before. It's just like they were paying doctors to tell people, like, okay, breakfast is the number one thing.
Meal.
So you definitely need a Pop Tart, you need all this cereal, and then there's a cereal war was going on, and people just to push it. And I mean, that's how we end up with all the sugar, because they used to get certain kind of sugar, and then because of the war, they start to make sugar that is not sugar.
Okay. I wake up early. I want to say I wake up and stuff probably about, let's say, 6 a.m., right? I don't really do breakfast like that, but I look at it stuff as kind of like what dictates my night before.
Mhm.
So let's say, for example, if it would be, if I had a hearty dinner,
Mhm.
if I had a hearty dinner and stuff, whatever, I'm okay to kind of go until like my lunch break at work will be around noon, 12:30 and stuff. How would a, like, let's say somebody who wakes up like 6 o'clock
Mhm.
to fight all that cravings, is there an herb for that?
Yeah, but you don't need herbs. You just need to practice. Like
So it's more discipline.
More
yeah, more
discipline.
discipline because I get up at 6 o'clock.
Right.
So this is my typical day. Get up at 6 o'clock. I read for 1.5 hours. So I stop reading 7:30.
So you get strong mentally first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I exercise. Then I start to get ready to go. Okay. So my entire day is like that. Now, if you don't have to start eating it. You can drink. I drink coconut water after I finish. I just drink coconut.
I drink coconut water like it's going out of style.
Yes.
Like they can tell you
Mhm.
vital
So-
cocoa and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So that's how I did. Yeah, and then go through the like around 12 o'clock. I start off with fruits. That's fruits.
just fruits.
Yeah.
So when would you, let's
I
say,
eat one meal a day.
just dinner?
Yeah,
then?
yeah. Like around 5, 6.
Early too.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
The-
I get cussed several times. They're like, "Who eats dinner at 5 or 6 o'clock?" And are you
No, no.
Caucasian?
No,
They
no.
tell me that all the time.
No, the thing is, you want the sun. How they
Yes.
used to eat back then. That's why I say I normally go back and look and say,
Back
how
then.
Right.
when the sun is down, then why no one used to be eating shit. They just go to bed. I mean, but we like hop and all these things because it's a different
Even
time.
with the sun going down earlier, like in the winter time, like sun's going down
Winter.
5 p.m.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
rising.
So, but that's why most of the time is like 5, 6 o'clock. That's what I'm gonna. So it doesn't matter what the climate change and whatever
what is going on.
Right.
It's still at that time. It's good. But that's all right. Yeah, one meal a day. I mean, I don't get slimmer. I weigh 158 pounds. I mean, keep going for the number of years, and I cannot because I got so much. If you see my thing on Instagram, I only wear suits.
Yeah.
Right.
So imagine if I get all this weight and then I have to change.
I
I was like,
know.
what?
I
Yeah,
know.
so that would be crazy.
Right.
It'd be crazy. So yeah, but I stick to that. That we have that's living and make it simple. It's all about discipline too. And I don't have any kind of parasite inside of me that can dictate, crave, like, okay, you have to eat. You have to eat. No, I don't. So
I think it takes some time and stuff, whatever. Because I look at it stuff as where, like, you're not wrong with the discipline aspect. I just look at it stuff as where, considered like what you were saying earlier, we have so many people coming up in the world that from young,
Yeah.
they were kind of like, okay, let's say if it was a Pop-Tart or the cereal war
yeah.
time and stuff, whatever, right? To now tell them and stuff or just like advise them. Let's say not tell, but advise and be like, maybe you should try skipping breakfast. They'll probably lose their shit.
Yeah, and then but even if they're not gonna skip, say for instance, you're not gonna skip breakfast. Start off in the morning with the fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you're not gonna skip, okay, you just do some fruits in the morning. That's it. I mean, so you start to you're getting some good things inside of your body.
Right.
And some good fruits. You get berries. Start off with the berries: blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, all of them. You can just put a little bag and you start to munch on that through the morning if you want. And then that is better than you starting like a muffin or bread
Or
or
a wrap.
a
By
breakfast
a
wrap.
specific place that puts the sauce on it.
Yeah.
We're not going to say until you cut the check.
Yeah.
But pretty much that.
Yeah, so that's the thing that the people can always. You have to choose. Now, sometimes someone else is choosing for us. So I have to choose, like I said, what I'm going to put inside of my body. Is this good enough for my body? And that's what you have to look at it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so most people don't. You're going to drive a certain kind of car. You're going to put a certain kind of gas in it. But you're going to put inside of your body anything. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
I saw on your card it said STDs is one of them.
Yeah.
What STDs can most herbs cure? All?
All of them. All of them.
AIDS. So
AIDS.
let's take it from AIDS.
So take it from AIDS. So that's just a virus.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Now all virus can be cured.
Mm.
All of them. So we use three different things, and well, it's really 6. I'm gonna mention the first 3.
Are these your products?
Yeah. We use
Perfect.
something called virus. Well, it kind of kill all the virus that inside of you that is not belonging inside of your body.
Okay.
We use something called fungal. Now the reason why, because the virus is at a particular place inside of your
Cell.
inside. Now sometimes fungi start to grow on top of it. So we use virus, fungal, and we use something called a PID, just in case it starts to turn into bacteria. And that's why most people just like, oh yeah, they can't get rid of certain kind of virus like HIV or herpes or any of those. But we do that regular. And we do that for a lot of people that a lot of people will know too.
Mhm.
But leave it there. But the thing is it's solvable, and it don't even take long. 6 to 8 days.
To cure.
Really?
Yeah, 6 to 8, 2 months, and
Consider the fact that we know of like the modern medicine, people will take
They-
these things conditionally for the
they
rest of
just
their life.
but they just tell you. But now they said people taking pills not to pass on HIV.
Yeah, Biktarvy.
Yeah. But they just didn't want to
Cure it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you can have millions of people in this thing, then you control them. As much as you can get people sick, you can control. That's the way they think.
Right. So that I was gonna lead to that since we're here, like, with the pandemic and COVID and everything like that, right? When that came in, this was kind of known as a man-made type of virus.
Yeah.
That was created and stuff. How do you combat something and stuff where like it's not something I'm gonna say like I don't say common cold is more of a natural virus that's kind of found everywhere within the world, but how do you beat something and stuff that was fully engineered into a lab?
Because they create a virus and then started, so the virus can attack your lungs. So we use something. At that time, my office used to be lines outside. We use something called COPD lungs and antiviral, and that's it. So whatever is, if you get the virus, like I didn't wear masks at all. So maybe people are like, okay, you maybe catch it like a dozen times. Yes, maybe more because people
Right,
people
yeah.
come to me all the time. But I'm always like at that time, and even now I take herbs every day.
Right.
So it don't come like you just a regular, maybe you have a sniffer there, you take some herbs and you blow it out.
Mhm.
So we use something called the COPD lungs that will clear the mucus from the lungs. What was killing people, that particular virus create mucus. Then you can't breathe. You can't breathe.
Feel like
you
you're
hit that-
drowning in your own lungs.
Yeah. So we just was clearing people mucus and give them the antiviral.
Would the COPD thing work for also like stuff like pneumonia?
Yeah. Any kind of
Any kind of respiratory ailments?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so-
That's
Yeah.
real good.
Yeah.
So people that have that kind of issue, people that have asthma is just mucus.
Exactly.
Right.
So they're like, okay, how can I get rid of
And
it?
most of the inhalers have a little corticosteroid and stuff in it, which
Yeah. But if you look and what they give to you, they
Mhm.
kind of give you a hint if you really look deep enough.
What do you mean?
Like I said, like the inhaler.
Okay.
Like different things. They're like, okay, but what this really do? And then you can see exactly what they're trying to solve. And that's how we said with herbs you can solve any issues, like any kind of, if you're not breathing properly, your lungs, you have issues. Okay, so for instance, a lot of people that are chef will have lungs issue, and a lot of people don't know this.
From like the carcinogens from like grilling and
Okay, now you're thinking it, now you're like, okay, shit, yes.
Mhm.
Because they're over that shit all the time and they're inhaling it.
Right.
Right.
It's worse than any of the smoke. They're
Yeah.
smoking every single day.
Yeah, because they're probably grilling and then that's carcinogens
Yeah.
just
So
going in
that
the
stay inside on their lungs, and especially if they do like bacons and stuff like that, they
Mhm.
stay in the lungs. Right. So they a lot of guys that come to me, like our ladies that chef work is lung cancer. A lot of them have lung cancer. Jeweler have lung cancer too. A lot of jewelers,
Yeah.
because it's
Right.
So
right.
so you have to kind of know. I tell people, I try to educate as much. You kind of know, okay, what kind of work you're in. You sit in too long, you're a driver, truck drivers, then you're gonna have a lot
Back and
no, you're gonna sit in your prostate. You sit in your prostate all day,
That's true.
and then you're gonna have prostate issues. Your prostate's gonna start to get enlarged, and then you're gonna start to have issues. So stuff like that, people don't really understand. They don't know what to clean. If you okay, you look at, say, if you're looking for a cleansing, it's like you're a truck driver. You want to always clean your prostate. If you're a chef or you want to always
Lungs.
clean your
The
lungs.
lungs.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so you kind of look at the kind of environment that you're in, and then it's like, oh, shit, I'm gonna make sure I get this done every single year.
So when most new clients come to you and stuff, you basically just kind of try to understand their lifestyle first
The
in order
lifestyle,
to.
yes. Yeah.
Right.
That's perfect. And because I want to say, like, for the modern doctors and stuff now, we were speaking about this like episodes back.
Yeah.
They lack compassion. So they don't really give a damn what's going on in your world. You just like, you came in with your fingers hurting you. They're like, okay, we'll give you this cream, this ointment,
Yeah.
send you on your way. They don't know if like you're probably a construction worker.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't
They
care.
don't
Yeah.
care. They have 10 minutes.
That is very true. I
Check
want to say,
it again. So you book an appointment and go to a doctor and time it. Put it in timer and say, okay, much minute to give to you.
the listeners are gonna kill us every next time they go to the doctor.
You got 10 minutes. You have to cover so much people in the day.
This
That's
is
true.
true. This is
You
true.
understand? In Canada, it's even worse because we don't have enough doctors
Right.
here.
Yeah.
That so people are like, yeah, I can't find a doctor. And they're like, oh, there are long lines and all this shit. No, the doctor don't have much time with you anyway. So you're not gonna break down anything. You're not gonna teach you anything. You're just gonna, write a prescription and come back next week.
I can see why you're anti-doctor. I can see why you're anti-doctor.
I can see it. I can see it.
So that's the problem. But even them, I always said, and I don't know if they know. Most of them don't really understand herbs. They get 20 minutes of about herbs and nutrition.
The doctor?
Doctors, yeah.
Yeah. I want to say
they don't really know nothing about it. But the thing is, simple things, that's common knowledge. If you're dealing with people, you want to always try to learn some other shit. And so you can okay, you know what? You have diabetes, stay away from X, Y, Z.
right.
You know what I mean? But they don't. They just they want you to come back and
Constantly. Every
20
swipe,
years.
Of course,
especially in
of
Canada,
course,
every
yeah.
swipe is $85 now.
$85?
Yeah, for every swipe for a health card.
But if you call on the phone, they charge you too,
Yeah, they charge you too.
Yeah.
You call on the phone. Can I get my result? That's a charge. Yeah, but that's the thing. I tell people just live the best you can. Just you pay attention. You look and see what's natural. If it's not natural, then you just leave it alone.
My next question to you is that would you tell people or would you recommend to people and stuff to kind of just try to do the research on their own, or because like when you were saying even with the inhaler, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's not too many people and stuff that would say, okay, like a salbutamol puffer would probably, okay, this would be this herb and this would be this thing and stuff in there and stuff. People won't research even something like that.
People are lazy.
Breed.
Yeah, people are lazy, so they're not gonna do that. You're not gonna get them to do that. So I'll give you an example. So we used to only sell the CMOS gel. The CMOS in this
Jelly.
no, not the gel. We used to sell the CMOS where we just said, just make it, just put some water in that shit and just whatever, it's swell, you blend it or you boil it. That's simple. People used to be still lazy to make that shit by themselves. So now we have to okay, shit. We have to do it to ourselves.
Right,
And
bottle it. Yeah.
but then I just stopped. I just completely stopped giving people the actual thing. I just have to bottle it for them.
Ooh.
Right.
So that's the thing. Is remember we used to a certain kind of lifestyle that you want to make it quick.
Right.
Yeah, we just want to make.
So
it
if
quick.
anything takes time and stuff, they're not.
Yeah. They don't grow up like that. Like this generation is like quick. Everything's supposed to be
Instant. Yeah.
So
Shilajit. Myth or legend?
it's legend. It's
Why?
okay. So and then
And it's so funny because you prescribed that for my wife, right?
Yeah.
And we came home, and Marv came over and he was asking, one of the things he asked for he said he was looking for Shilajit, and I said, hey, my wife just got that. I didn't know nothing about it. And he started to give me the ones and twos on. I was like, wow, that's really powerful. And then I seen you do a video on it. Yeah.
I take it every day. It give you okay. So for instance, I have a trick that I do on Saturdays. Okay, so some Saturdays I don't eat and not breakfast until 5. That's 5:30. Depends on the crowd that come to the office, and sometimes I leave at 6. Now, there's one thing in the morning: Shilajit, black seed oil. That's it, and I have the energy for the rest of the day. And you come to the office and can see,
yeah.
it's just massive from in the morning, and I start from 9. So when you talk about energy, you talk about energy is one of them. Even enhance your desire to have sex is one of them.
Yeah, so I was about to say
So-
this is where the myth thing comes
Yeah.
in, because like let's say this, I want to say probably like a year back. No, 2023. 2023 is the first time I heard of Shilajit,
Oh, yeah?
right?
Yeah.
They're like from the Himalayan mountains, the Shilajit. It looks like tar,
Yeah.
and I'm looking like okay, but then they're saying the stuff. The first thing they were saying is that like they compared it to sea moss.
Yeah.
So they said
The minerals.
a multivitamin, multi-mineral
Yeah.
tablet would
Yeah.
probably give you about 20, like maybe close to like 18
Yeah.
vitamins and minerals.
Yeah.
Sea moss will give you about 25 to 26, depending on where and which one it is.
Yeah.
And the Shilajit is just off the charts with like 50 to like 80, depending if it's real from Himalayan or from other places.
You get the minerals from the Shilajit, a lot, but you can. I tell people you can test it. Just when you get it, just you take if you get a real one, you just take a small spoon and then you see how you feel. You start to feel different.
Right then and there?
Yeah, you start to feel different.
All right,
It's just-
I gotta give it a shot.
That's
now.
what I'm saying. Shilajit and like black seed oil is these are coming down from the people I get the Shilajit from. I actually talk. There's a guy that used to from India that we know.
Mhm.
Their family will go in the mountains. There's a few things that they get in the mountains. I'm trying to get the other one, which we call wild honey. They get it from the bees in the mountain. You have to climb up on all these rocks. A lot of people were using wild honey in the state for sex.
Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
So
So it's the same kind of mountain.
That's the honey pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
So
same
for
kind
the
of.
creators of the Kama Sutra present
Yeah.
wild honey in a mountain. All right, continue.
So that's the same thing with Shilajit is from those maples in India. That's where they get those. But you take that, you start to enhance your body, and the minerals is excellent for you. I tell people you take as much Shilajit as you can, the real one, and you're not gonna feel like you're getting even old. I mean, you're not, and you may look younger. You may be
this is okay. So I saw basically kind of correction of erectile dysfunction, kicks out a lot of unknown bacteria and stuff that are within your body. What else? Skin, energy levels. So when I was hearing these things, I was like, this is a lot. But then again, him and I, we always have these conversations about like which are snake oils and which is not.
Yeah.
Because it went from like I'm more of a preventative care kind of person. That's what I always tell everybody and stuff, whatever. Prevention is the better thing. So I'm always trying to make sure I'm good before it gets to that worst level. But I'm looking like when I heard all of this, I was like, it feels like it's too good to be true. Is it a snake oil? Like, is it something fake?
Yeah.
But then again, we live in AI world.
Yeah.
So you'll see one thing and stuff like, oh, I was on Shilajit and stuff. It's a full AI person. Now I look like Hercules. I'm like, I don't know. Feels like a myth to me, but if you're saying it.
No, it's Shilajit is great. It's great to take if you want the energy. And you can just test it all the time. You just take it in the morning before, and then you normally see the difference. Sea moss is I mean, if you cannot get Shilajit, get sea moss gel.
Would you prefer over like Shilajit?
I do all of them. So like for me, I pop my body with all this mineral. Your body need the mineral. When you start to really get sick and get old, it's real.
It's real dead.
It's real dead. So you lack one of the mineral or one of the your body lacks something. Then you start to like that's where you start to feel pain and all those things. But I got old guys that come to me. Even my grandma, she just has 95. She just live. She don't have diabetes, blood pressure. She don't have none of those things.
That's beautiful.
She's just old.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
And then as an Instagrammer, we do like for pain, like people like feeling like kind of giant pain. Avocado seed.
Avocado seed.
That's great. That shit. Just put a little bit of I put a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of cayenne pepper, and you put rubbing alcohol. Just soak it in rubbing alcohol, and the next day you spray it on your knees, joints, anything that you want the pain. You feel the pain going away.
This is my new episode. I'm getting old. So I'm gonna tell you.
Within minutes, you're gonna start to feel the pain going away.
I want to say like 2023. I had a knee thing going on. I was like, I'm not even 40.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand. But
Right.
then I start looking at it, I'm freaking out, and I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want to be like a pill popper much
Yeah,
less. So
yeah.
always running for ointments and
Yeah.
everything and stuff. I'm looking like, what could I do besides and stuff for that? And again, the 10 minutes here, like you're talking about, because my old doctor retired and the new doctor and stuff,
Okay.
whatever, is just
Yeah,
like
he's
10
just
minutes in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In and out. So he's like, yeah, well, you can use this kind of cream and stuff like that and everything. I was like, I know that, man. I'm like, because like I said, like pharmaceuticals is my thing.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, diflofenic? I'm like, why are we
Yeah.
doing that? Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's more of it. And he's like, oh, so once they realize you know
No,
something,
then he
Yeah.
backed it up.
yeah. Then they
okay.
want to, oh, well, you could try this. We don't know. And I'm like, medical practice my ass.
Yeah.
Right?
So-
Right.
But I look at it stuff as like, if there's even something as a topical to get to the joints,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will love to know that, because bit by bit, as people get older, I'm hearing back pain and all
Yeah.
these type of things is going at an all-time high.
The other good thing with pain, especially in the knees, is cabbage, the purple cabbage.
The purple one.
Any one of them will work.
Right.
You if you want to do some work, you beat it up and just chop it on your knees or whatever you feel in pain. But you can just put the
Wait. Slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down. So beat it up, you mean like where you kind of carve out like the cabbage itself?
No. You say the cabbage. You just use it.
Like motor pestle.
yeah. And then you just use that as a paste on your knee. And pull out the inflammation. It's just mucus is there. Where blood's supposed to be flowing, and there's mucus. So you start to feel a pain in the joints and the knees and all this. But so I tell some people you can just put it there on your knee. Just
How
take-
long you recommend?
maybe an hour.
Okay.
So there's but
My grocery list is gonna grow after this day. You know that, right? Like a lot of people's grocery list is gonna change now.
Right.
Yeah,
And groceries at an all-time high in certain places.
well,
but I want to make sure the body works.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't put a
Okay.
price on health, man.
No,
Cannot.
you cannot.
You cannot put a price on health.
Yeah,
Definitely. Tell Steve Jobs that. R.I.P.
yeah, because he is even in his situation is probably just wait too long. Yeah, they tried herbs in the last Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In the last run.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
last one.
And that's my thing and stuff. Whatever I look at it stuff is where a lot of the medical world will tell you like, okay, you can do that prior to you get to a specific point, but if you get to the specific point now, you might need something more extreme. But I like what you said us up earlier, where if some doctors tend to tap out to say, okay, well, this is as much as we can do for you from here.
Yeah.
This is between you and God.
Yeah.
During this time and stuff, whatever. Like if the person looks to like you said, a
Yeah.
stage 3 cancer patient
yeah.
that came to come see you, that's a beautiful thing, because again, a lot of the doctors and stuff would tap out and the people are just left waiting to die.
Yeah. That's not a good
No.
feeling.
No.
But not even a family members that it can be crazy. Like, you're just gonna die next 2 weeks. Like, oh, shit. But the doctors, I mean, they don't have enough time, I guess, and they don't really care. That's what I said.
Compassion,
Right.
lack of compassion.
They don't care, so they're just gonna send you on a way to go and deal with it.
Yeesh. All right. Good info.
Okay, you see, and I said to this guy yesterday, I'm like, okay, do you see a lot of guys that have prostate cancer? No, you know how they start. First of all, they start from getting up in the night to pee.
Yes.
1, 2, 3 times. I'm like, okay, that's the first sign. Okay, but you go to the doctor, and the doctor know that's the first sign. Did the doctor stop the prostate cancer from coming 3 years after?
No.
That's why so much guys die from prostate cancer. Now they're like, okay, it's like looking. I'm like, okay, yeah, because the first sign is that, and you can see the sign 3 years before you're gonna die. That's the sign, but no one's saving it. No one, thousands of millions of people dying from prostate cancer. No, and you can see that's the first sign.
Yeah.
You get
I mean, when I came to you, that was the first question you asked me is, do you get up in the morning? Do you get up in the middle of the night and pee? And I was like, no. You're like, okay, good.
Yeah, because that's
We
the first
start
sign.
with here. Yeah.
Because you don't want to like there and like, okay, you getting up 2 or 3 times. I can tell you, most guys that getting up 2 or 3 times, I can say, okay, you know what? If I know you're 3 years from now or you're around 3 years from now, I know exactly what I'm gonna have to do your prostate. First of all, it's enlarged. That's why you're getting up. Then you're gonna get to your PSA gonna get high. Then you're gonna have prostate cancer. And 150%. So a lot of people like, okay, why the coccyx cells so much to clean the prostate? you want to do that. you
Definitely.
want to do that.
Not
Yeah.
not for what you guys thinking
Yeah.
is itself so
Yeah.
much for.
You want to do that. And then they can do other things like natural stuff is like always tomatoes. Real tomatoes.
The lecithin is it the chemical that in within the tomato
Yeah,
itself?
yeah.
Yeah.
Real
That's
tomatoes, yeah,
high.
yeah.
That
So-
that and pumpkin seeds.
And pumpkin
yeah,
seed,
the
yeah,
piment-
pumpkin
the
seeds, okay.
Pepitos. That's the raw ones.
Yeah. It's always natural stuff. Things that inside of your house that you can always use
Right.
for just because
The information is not
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
no one really want to tell you either. Just want to like keep to themselves. No one gonna tell
They
you.
want to gatekeep that
Yeah,
truth
yeah.
to help you.
No, they don't care because they don't really care about people, so they're not gonna tell them nothing to kind of
Yeah.
to kind of help them in the situation.
Okay. Right. That's good info, man. We appreciate you.
One question that I did have is that you mentioned you were doing other stuff before you.
Oh, other stuff? I
Yeah.
still do other stuff. Like,
Okay.
oh
So
my God.
yeah. So we know Rowan the herbalist.
Herbalist.
Tell
Yeah.
us Rowan the other person.
So I'm always this kind of person that look and see what a particular city or things are. I do real estate. That's just given. That's kind of shit right now.
Okay.
They lose a lot of money. Especially in Toronto market is crazy.
Garbage.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
the condo market is bullshit. I don't even want to go there. It lose so much money. like it's,
Breathe.
and I just like, you know what? Even the other day, I lose like 150,000, like on a condo. I'm like, okay, I don't even stress it. I'm like, okay, because I know what stress is gonna do to you. But anyway,
Right.
so I'm like, okay, let's continue on living. No, I do. So for instance, in the city, we do the jet cars. We do cars that drive on water.
Right.
So we bring that to Toronto for the first time.
Nice.
So I always do things that the country don't have it. Like, so I'm sending those to the Caribbean. I'm doing different things. So I do real estate. I have a farm. that we run in.
So you're gonna specialize agriculture?
No, we have a farm for like 5 years now.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
Okay, because I'm always trying new things. So we were doing hemp seed on the farm. So we do 28 acres of hemp
Okay.
on the farm, and then we do the seed the hemp pile.
So would you get like, I guess, both like flour plus
Yeah,
the
with the
thing?
hemp, yeah.
Oh, okay. And then you would just and that's one market in itself.
That's
Right.
one
One
market.
market is flour, one for is hemp.
Yeah.
Good.
So they used to use hemp back in the day. The first
Fair,
car
yeah.
that they used to make is hemp.
Yeah.
They put it together. Yeah. So I look, as I was saying earlier to you, I look and say, okay, you know what? This is coming in the future. I'm gonna try to put myself that because you don't want to be left behind. And I try to teach people that you need money. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna need money. So if you don't put yourself in a situation that you do, I just do business. I think about every kind of business. If you ask me what kind of business that you can go in, I say, okay, just tell me your budget. Your budget is $10,000 or less. I can give you business ideas. That's off the top of my head that I can say, okay, do this. You can get this. It's just like, okay. So for instance, the lady asked me today, like, okay, she wants to do her own business. I'm like, okay, you're gonna have to do a little bit of work, but there's some candy machines in China, which you can choose any kind of shape or form that you want the candy machine to make right in front of the kids. That's not in Canada. I said you can get one for like less than $2,000. You bring it here. You just need to get into the mall. You make thousands of dollars each week. So I'm always looking for ideas that people can do. I can do myself. And let's do it. You don't have to be running the entire thing by yourself either.
No.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So for instance, like so AI is taking over now. You try to use that as much as possible
to eliminate paying another body for that when you can reap the benefits. Yeah.
So with that, that's my thing now. I'm looking into. I just employ a couple guys that they working on different things for us, like with the AI, different software and stuff like that. Different apps, different things. So I try as much as possible to stay present, stay in the future,
which is good.
It's good.
Which is good. So like, I don't want to speak for you, but you don't have a healthy fear of AI. Well, because a lot of people, like, there's a stigma with AI and stuff that AI is taking over. It might kidnap our people. It might this. You are right now, currently, you don't have a fear of AI. You welcome AI.
Well, you can't stop it.
That's true.
No,
But I mean,
Yeah.
everybody.
No.
But then you can delay it. How much it would affect your world, though?
Okay, not that no one can do that now. No,
Really?
right now, no one can do that. In the next, okay, listen to this, and you're gonna play by this thing. In the next 5 years,
Mhm.
most people that you see working right now not gonna have a work. Maybe 70%.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna run back next 5 years from now. Then you're like, oh fuck, most people have a job right now. Not gonna have a job because you're gonna look at most companies gonna rather get a robot or a computer bat or anything to run their organization than a human.
Right.
Because
Right.
you're gonna always think on the profit. You're not
Right.
think, It's
Exactly.
like when the doctor to think about you like 10 minutes and you're done. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life. Don't
Mhm.
care. The companies only care about the profit.
Yeah, because
Right.
if they're paying you a salary, that's taking out their profit.
Exactly. So they're gonna start to eliminate that. So that's where we're at. So if I was like a person looking at type in my whatever work I'm doing, and I'm like, okay, is this gonna be relevant 5 years from now?
Right.
Then if it's not gonna be relevant, you're like, you know what? Fuck, I'm just gonna choose something different. I try something
Try
different.
something different.
Because don't sit and wait and like, oh yeah, no, the government not gonna save you.
No.
The government will not save you.
No,
Save
no,
you.
I
no,
mean,
no.
yeah, government
Shout out to
don't.
America.
Yeah, government not gonna save it. So that's the thing is we have to understand where the future gonna be, and then kind of prepare yourself. That's where you're gonna be. Most of the jobs gonna be gone. Factory jobs, those guys are gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Quicker than the 5 years. It's a let's say Amazon closed one of their major place in Quebec.
I heard.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard.
Like people saying goodbye and all
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna. I see. Okay, even today I'm talking to some people in Florida, and it's like there's an entire like a grocery store that have no employee. They have 1,000 different robots
Mhm.
is pulling so you order things and they just make a bag, put it out to you. So we go into that. Okay, AI is working so quickly every single day that we no one can stop it.
Right.
So
Right.
so if people gonna fear like, oh my gosh, people gonna protest. People gonna go on, on the street and protest that they're taking our job.
Jobs.
And they're gonna
everything.
send the AI dogs for you.
Yeah. But we cannot.
Boston mechanics.
But the small things of people that are gonna listen to this is like, yo, we have to prepare ourselves today. Like you start
Agreed.
to look and say, okay, you know what? Shit, whatever. If you're an accountant and all that shit, you're like, okay, shit, my job gonna be gone. So you need to do something different because that can be calculated in seconds.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I saw that the layoff for like a fire or whatever in England. Entire brokerage, like about 50 odd people, they were like trading,
Mm.
and they're trading now with
the AI.
But
Yeah.
AI, yeah.
and they're making way more money in the
And
trades.
they were with the
Because
brokers.
So what
I
you
mean,
think they're gonna
less
like-
human error, I
Yeah.
guess.
So they're gonna like, okay, other
Yeesh.
companies are gonna look at that and like, okay, shit, like Johnny's doing it over there. Why I'm sticking with these people?
Right, because once the info was out there and stuff, whatever, like this
Exactly.
workforce and stuff is probably like 5 human beings. We're over here with 50 people and stuff, whatever. They're making double and triple what we're making.
Exactly. So
Dun
that-
dun
but
dun.
that's where we're going. I think so we have to understand that that's where we at, and just try to embrace it, and the people that understand AI are gonna work with it, gonna be people that like,
succeed.
survive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there's gonna be a time that the government gonna have to just, I don't know, give people money because they're not gonna have work.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said something
yeah.
not the simple, not the 10-minute cities, but something else,
Fi-
like a
Smart-
stipend, basically.
The stipend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stipend, yeah.
But because if 90% of the people don't have work or 70%, then what's gonna happen? So it's gonna be, and it work.
A different world.
Yeah.
A different world.
It will be a different world. So we're
Yeah.
gonna have to be. I mean,
More
we-
diligent and
yeah.
more.
we have to be smarter. And the thing is, the people that doing it are everyone trying to come up with a new invention every single day.
Yeah.
If in that kind of market, you will see OpenAI is coming out with a new thing. Even Google.
I know Google has one,
Yeah.
Gemini, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Chinese company coming into all these new ones, like the
DeepSeek.
DeepSeek. They come with some others too. Elon Musk came up with a few Grok 3. So every day people are coming out with different ways to make it easier.
Right.
So things gonna get cheaper though. Food's gonna get cheaper.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be real food?
No, it's not gonna be.
That's
It's
the
not gonna be
question.
real food, but for people, things gonna get cheaper because it's gonna take less human to make whatever.
Right.
So they can lower the cost of things, but people not gonna have money to buy it. Okay, if you don't have work,
No, that's it.
So yeah, so yeah, actually, I try to stay ahead of what's going on. I'm always in the future in my looking what gonna come, and then present, and then prepare myself. Okay, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, in that field. So that's how I was showing you the music.
Right.
That's
Yes. Yeah.
that's the music is like, okay, so I can make a song in less than a minute. Shit, with beats and everything.
Right.
Like I can do 1,000 of those.
Right.
Now with 1,000 of those and upper music and all those things, no one would know. If you've been making.
You make
200
100,
Yeah.
and Apple might even find about 5. You still made 95 of those and stuff you made profit from and
Okay, you
everything.
see, that's what we're talking about. So
Yeah.
you just use whatever you can, like AI, and try to make things happen. That's what we're gonna have to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions for Ron?
No, that's it, man. It's just a wealth of information was given to us and our enjoyable fans out there and the people who tune in. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be spots where you're gonna pause, write down, rewind, write down again, because again, like we say, health is wealth. Can't put a price on it, and the more that we know that we can take care of ourselves from the people who don't really care about us, I think it's a good place to start.
Agreed. Let's get to the question of the week. Question of the week says, what's a hard truth that you've learned to accept?
Doctors only take 10 minutes with you.
Bing. Chef's kiss. Ron, what about you?
Hard truth that's like that you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You're gonna die. It doesn't matter what's going on. You must. That's a part of the plan.
Right.
Yeah. That's a part of the plan.
For me, I feel like a hard truth about, like, especially in like today's times, is that if you're in trouble in public, no one's gonna help you, but their cell phones will go up in the sky and record the issue and stuff like that, right? Because I want to say, well, I spoke to him and stuff like, but in the past, I went to like pizza one late night with a friend and stuff like that, and there was a homeless guy outside, asking for food and change and stuff. And I said, you know what? If you're hungry like that, let me buy you a slice. And when he came in, they I guess the store manager and everything started freaking out because they saw him begging for change. I'm like, no, I'm gonna buy him a slice. And if any case and stuff, whatever, at least he's a paying customer and stuff with that aspect, right? There was some women in there, stuff, whatever, and they're like, oh my gosh, this black guy just bought this homeless guy.
Yeah.
But you saw him before me.
Yeah.
You walk right past him.
Yeah.
You didn't choose to help, but now you're seeing everything and stuff, like phones are like in skies and stuff. And I feel like, I want to say, for the most part, even when you see tragedies, like even with these airplanes and certain things stuff going off and everything, everybody's phone is in the sky at the moment, but you don't see them rushing to help at a moment. And yeah, you're kind of doing this by yourself or with your team or your community, your tribe.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You guys are giving a lot of good information, so that's why most people that even listening have to just send it to a friend, because I guess a lot of us not really there that giving the information that people want to hear.
Right.
And sometimes we if you're listening, whatever, you send it to a friend, their friend send it to a friend, because more we spread what's going on and how we can benefit.
Absolutely.
Is critical to, you will save a life.
You will save a life.
Yeah.
It's a reach one, teach one aspect.
And not only, like save a life in terms of either in whatever.
Like
Doesn't matter.
change your lifestyle.
Change your lifestyle, whatever.
yeah.
It doesn't matter,
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's
matter. I mean,
you're making the world a better place.
Yeah.
You got to.
Exactly.
That's what we always say. We say we're trying to save the world one episode at a time.
Okay, you see? I didn't know that, but that's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the Ask the Sons, but the fans get to rock. All right. Do you have any questions for the Sons? You have any questions for us?
No.
Okay. All right. So first question comes from Shania225. How do you feel about people who are always late? Is punctuality your thing? Is punctuality your thing, Smooth?
Punctuality is my thing. I like, and I don't know how I feel about other people not being on time, other than if they're really late. You know, I'll probably start to get annoyed.
But what do you like? Because when I was looking at the question and stuff, I thought about like, there's one thing where you being late today,
Yeah.
and you're not late, like, and say if you and I have engagements and stuff for like say a month. So out of the 30 days, you might be late twice. That's not always.
Yeah.
If out of the 30 days you're late for 20, I
We have a problem there.
Yeah, we definitely have a problem
there. Yeah. I think I have more of a problem with me being late than anything else, because I hate wasting
You're hard on
people's
yourself
time.
with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I look at it stuff with that old rule: if you arrive on time, you're late. If you arrive a little bit early and stuff, you're right on time.
Right.
Like I think I'm still in that mindset, but some people and stuff. I know somebody fully arrogant says, "Nothing starts till I get there."
Like for me, I don't know. Later, not because I always look at the situation. Because sometimes I see people rushing on the road, and I'm like, okay, fuck, where you going?
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, you're gonna kill yourself trying to get there.
Or others.
Yeah, or others.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yo, first of all, if you have a late start already, or the traffic or whatever, just take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time.
The fastest way to do something for me is slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so sometimes people were late to come to me. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I understand. I mean, but like I try to be like I'm kind of set kind of person. Like I try to be there on time.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's a situation, I'm not killing myself. Like I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna drive faster than I should.
What about the people that say, for example, let's say if I was to come check you or something like that, whatever, right? And I'm like, I'll be there in like 15 minutes, and I'm just leaving my house and I'll be there in 15 minutes, and then you know exactly where I live, and you like Google it, whatever, from like that. And you're like, you live 28 minutes away. Like, what do you mean 15 minutes?
Yeah. But people always do that though, like especially black people. Like,
What?
Yeah.
Notorious.
Yeah. They're like, yo, 10 minutes. You know.
I'm like, stop working on island time. Work on the North American time.
They're like 20, 30 minutes. They're still not there. But like I think I'm just super chill. Like okay, I just okay. If I have to go somewhere though, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call in. Like I'm gone.
Right.
But if I'm not doing anything, I'm like, okay, that's fine.
You got time.
Yeah, you got time.
That's
Take your time.
All right. Next question comes from Shy Mom. What's a completely normal thing now that would have been crazy 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
Trump is president.
No.
no. That's something weak. But yeah, 20 years ago, if you told me Trump would be president in 20 years, I'd probably say you're on drugs.
But he, okay. He talked that he was gonna run. I want to run over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Completely normal now that it's you
landline. A landline phone, not having a landline phone.
Yeah.
Because I remember specifically around this time and stuff, like when I was living in one of my first apartments, they were like, we need a landline number to connect your buzzer to. And then a month later, after I moved in, they're like, you know what? We found out we can connect it to your cell phone.
Right.
So I'm like, landlines weren't needed. Yeah. But yet it's still like, we're doing with internet and everything. They're like, oh, with a landline and we'll throw you internet and stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't need landline.
Now, no one needs landline.
No one needs landline. And it'd be crazy.
It was, and they didn't need it back then when cell phones started coming. They're just trying to sell it to you. And they just merge other stuff with it. Still.
Yeah, the bundle pants.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like normal now. That's 20 years ago was the food is definitely different from 20 years ago.
Definitely.
The food, yeah, it's completely different. All of it, it's completely different. How they doing it?
They still eating it.
Yeah.
They're still eating it. What you guys?
I would say your phone for everything media.
Your phone for everything media.
Yeah.
from like video recording and everything.
From
Yeah,
listening to music, from watching TV, like all of those things, like 20 years ago,
this is
that
true. It
was
was green
still,
screen.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
green screen stuff, whatever,
Yeah.
right? And to take a photo, well, 20, yeah, you probably might get a color film, but it's pixelated
it
horrible.
was horrible. You
And
still,
you never really
still
thought
would have to
about
buy
making a
camera.
video and stuff with it, right? You still
Yeah.
will buy a
20
camera.
Yeah, 20 years ago was I think the Nokia.
Yeah,
The Nokia, but the BlackBerry was around 20 years ago too.
but you wouldn't even gonna take photos with the BlackBerry
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
Then you have the Nokia. There's 363 something Nokia.
I know. I think I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I know what you're talking
And
about.
Samsung too.
Yeah, the Samsung T and stuff,
Yeah.
whatever, because like those two were kind of competing
Yeah.
against each other
Right,
and stuff at the
yeah.
time. Before BlackBerry
Yeah.
kind of just came up out of nowhere and stuff. Palm Pilot and BlackBerry.
Yeah. So different now.
You're
it's
right,
like-
though. Media has changed drastically with the power of cell phones.
Yeah.
Because look at, especially when it comes to Apple. Apple, they're selling feature now. They're trying their best compared to like other companies, like Samsung. Samsung's giving you like, you want to crop this person out the photo? It's all about the camera and the media. What kind of media could you do with your cell phone?
Yeah.
I need to make a call. I need to send an email. No. This is a 13 pixelated camera.
Yeah.
So
Go make a movie.
Yeah.
fair. All right. Last question comes from JD. What's an obsolete technology that you miss? DVDs.
DVDs.
DVD. Because you know what it was? I think for me, when they had things like, buy a DVD collector's set.
Right.
And then back then and stuff, I used to go to like Best Buy and stuff, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'll have this and stuff to watch. Where the hell am I gonna watch it now? like, there's no DVD. Like DVD players are not even like that now. Streaming services are at an all-time high.
Yeah.
So even some things and stuff, where you're like, you probably have a box set right there, but then it's on the streaming platform that you might even be using and stuff, whatever. So it's just decoration and collecting dust.
I can't think of a technology.
I don't miss any
Technology back then. The
No,
technology now
yeah?
is
Yeah.
I don't miss
None.
any of them.
I
That's
I
don't
Not
miss
even
it.
CDs?
not even
No, man.
CDs, man.
Because
Not
life
even
is,
CDs.
is easier now with
Yeah.
the new technology.
Hmm.
So I don't miss any of them.
Like when you said DVDs, I was like,
Like
I
DVD.
could give you a couple memory sticks and help you out.
People still use memory stick.
We'll see, and that's it. That's probably the only thing that I still hang on to,
Memory stick.
only because I know at least I still have a physical
Yeah.
copy of
That-
something.
okay.
I can, it's like at some point, if it's in the cloud,
Yeah.
you don't know what they're gonna do with the cloud.
Correct.
That's
At
true.
least if you have
That's
something
very true.
physical, then you still have it. So
Yeah.
even with like some of my files and stuff like that, I'll back it up. And funny enough,
Mhm.
CD storage, I'll use it for that because it's the one medium that it'll last for like maybe 20 or 40 more years, and they'll find a way to get the information out of it if they don't have a CD player.
My question to you and stuff is that even the modern PCs that are being built, right? Like in today's landscape and stuff, most of them don't even have
No,
a CD-ROM
they don't.
drive or
They
a
don't.
DVD-ROM.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess most people would just have to buy like attachments to kind of do stuff like that. But that's if they're doing something that's in depth. But
Right.
if you're doing things on surface levels and stuff, like I want to say, let's say to the student stuff that's doing papers or certain things and stuff like that, you don't even need those things.
No. You don't need none of
If
that
you
at
have a
all.
memory stick or something possibly and stuff, whatever, where you can, let's say, it's like send in or email you like your term paper and stuff like that. Everything else and stuff is
The
done.
other day, I had to show my son how to save to a file on the computer because they save to the cloud.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
They literally save to the cloud. I said no. You can save the file to the computer
hard
on the
drive.
computer.
I think
On
most of the
hard
hard drives probably don't really have. Back then we used to.
Yeah.
You have to get a new hard drive or backed up.
Yeah.
I don't not.
I
No,
had,
no,
I
no.
had an old PC and stuff I seen the other day, like in my mom's basement. And I looked at it, I was like, oh shit. And I remember specifically, this thing was no more than 8 gigs.
That's good.
8
That's
gigs.
like one file.
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a flash drive that's like 32 gigs and stuff,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's more than that, whatever, right? And
Yeah.
I was laughing because even like one of my brothers and stuff, we were talking about like the classic Nintendo, like the new one that can be modded. He's like, oh, just plug up a USB stick and stuff, mod it and stuff, and then you can probably play 500 games and stuff on there. So I'm like, he's like, yeah, remember the old Nintendo games are like 8-bit? So he's like, 8-bit, that's minuscule. You could probably hold like 30 games and stuff whatever with just even like 50 megabytes. I was like,
Right.
geez. Like,
Yeah.
technology
Change, huh?
changing, constantly
Constantly
changing.
And
changing.
now it's even quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
All right. We are here at the end. I'm gonna give the people a little words to the wise and stuff for the week, and then after that, you tell people how to find you and all your entrepreneur levels and stuff, and how they can contact you because you're gonna
Okay.
get contacted. I'm pretty sure.
perfect.
All right. So say the Suns this week says you should focus more on your potential more than your self doubt.
So says the
Suns.
Suns.
I think a lot of people are still living in this kind of fear of it's not going to work out for me, or my odds are not in my favor.
Right.
And I think the potential and stuff about like it making it, it going for you, it's working for you. It's a little bit less than it's not going to work for you. Like a lot of, like, I want to say, not even to use the lotto as an example, poor example, but a lot of people and stuff, they were like, who might buy a lotto ticket and stuff to say like, you know what? The possibilities are endless. And to other ones and stuff, whatever, like, I'm not playing the lotto. I'm wasting my money because it'll never happen for me.
Right.
Stop focusing on the self-doubt. Focus more on the potential. So say
So
the
say.
Suns. Tell the people how to find you now. Mr. Burnett.
Well, I'm at trueherbs.com. You can find me on Instagram at trueherbs, TROO. That's how you spell it. Gonna well, not on YouTube as much, but on Instagram,
Reels?
yeah, reels, regular posts,
Okay.
and everything. I'm mostly there. We're on Facebook also, and we're on TikTok. Then, yeah. But yeah, but and then if you're in Canada and you want to come and see me, we're at 2299 Drew Road, right next to the airport, where the crazy stuff going on. But anyway, we're right there, next to the fence at the airport, very close enough. But yeah, and then if you want to, our phone number, if you want to call us, it's something you call, you're not going to get through instantly, but it's 289-541-5666.
Repeat that one more time for the folks.
289-541-5666.
Okay.
You can get me at that. Any question, anywhere you're at inside of the realm or outside.
We appreciate you for
Yeah,
blessing us with your
and
knowledge.
again, and just one more time, 4 or 3 or 4 things that you should stay away from, and then 3 or 4 things that you should not implement.
Like 3 or 4 things that you're not supposed to be eating. No. For ladies, I'd tell you stay away from chicken completely. Yeah, because that's where breast cancer is the number 1 cancer in the world, and chicken have the most hormone in it, and you it's like you're helping yourself towards breast cancer. Stay away from any kind of sugar. None of it is good. I know you're probably you're eating it now or whatever. None of it is good. There's none of it.
Somebody's having their morning coffee.
Yeah.
Sad right now. Here it is.
So none of that is good. So stay away from sugar. Sugar increases your likelihood of having cancer. You don't want that. So you live longer without the sugar. You feel better without the sugar. For some people, this is something that you probably don't know. Coffee will limit the flow of the blood to your brain by 40%. So if you can stay away from that as much too.
Coffee?
Yeah, coffee.
That I didn't know. That's
40%,
something new.
Yeah. The next thing that you want to stay away, you said 5 or 4. I can
4.
go. I can go to all this.
I know you can go. I know you can go.
The next thing you stay away from. Never, ever sleep with your phone next to you. We didn't go into that, but never sleep with your phone next to you. Move away from those
radiation
earpiece. The earpiece is like putting up a microwave, and you're walking around with the microwave on top of your head every single day. You think about that. So
I know. I'm a cord guy.
Yeah.
Same thing like that. Like me, I'm a cord guy, and everybody, they're always yelling at me. They're like, "How come you don't have AirPods? How come you don't have AirPods?" I was like, "That's a lot of radiation. Like even the Bluetooth headsets and stuff. That's a lot of
radiation." So they just do a research done, and the radiation is through the roof when it come on to inside of you frying the brain. So stay away from that completely. Yeah, those are things to stay away from. Things to implement: a lot more vegetables. Go crazy on vegetables as much. There's a lot. There's not only just 2. There's like 30, 40 different vegetables you can be eating. So do that a lot more. Walk a lot more. Don't just sit around. A lot of time people are just sitting around like, okay.
That sedentary lifestyle will ruin
You
you.
sit at work for 8 hours. You sit in the car, go home, and you go home and sit around the chair and eat some food. Then you sit on the couch and then you go to sleep. You think about that. So exercise as much as you can. If you can run, just walk. And one other thing, make sure you're getting enough sleep.
That's my problem.
And if you're a lady, you want more sleep than a guy. So pay attention to that. But anyway, yeah, but make sure you're getting enough sleep. Because if you're not sleeping, that means your nervous system starts to break. And then you're gonna need to fix that. Okay? That's it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you for blessing us with the knowledge once again. Yes, we are here at the end of the show, folks. Thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love. Y'all be well. Keep well out there. TrueHerbs.com. Peace.
Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.
Awesome.
149.
What?
Hour and 49 minutes.
Oh. Until I say I go forever, man. I go.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. We have shows that's over 2 hours and stuff, whatever as well, too.
I tell people.